Are you terrified of gaining weight? And does that fear of gaining weight control your life in so many ways? Do you hold yourself back from eating what you really want to eat because you're afraid that you're going to gain weight? Do you avoid carbs because you're afraid of gaining weight? Do you avoid going out for dinner with friends and really letting loose because you're afraid of gaining weight? Does that fear control what you're wearing and your every move? Well, I'm going to show you the exact technique that has helped me and my clients overcome this fear of gaining weight so that you can experience the freedom and the confidence that you truly deserve. For the best tools and support on how to experience a confidence breakthrough with your body, subscribe to my channel and you will be notified every Thursday when I post a new video. Okay, so this technique, EFT tapping, we've talked about it before, but this is a technique that allows us to override the programming in our brain that is responsible for fear and for activating our stress response. When we have a fear of gaining weight, it activates our stress response and it signals that same pattern in the brain that then leads us into the behaviors that are trying to soothe the fear, which mean avoidance, so avoidance of opportunities that could threaten the fear of gaining weight, and a whole bunch of different other things. So the beauty of this technique is that by tapping where you're going to tap with me on your body and repeating what I'm sharing with you, we are going to actually override that programming and teach your brain that we don't need to fear gaining weight, and that perhaps a lot of the things that actually have zero threat to you gaining weight don't have to control your life anymore, because this fear, I know, it spreads like a spider web, and before you know it, you feel like you're just living in a tiny little box of what we consider life to be. And then if you step outside of it, there's so much shame and there's so much, self-judgment about what you've done because of that fear of gaining weight. So we're gonna get into this together. On a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to ask yourself, what is the level of fear that I have of gaining weight? And I want you to write that down. So we're gonna track that and just notice in your body, where are you feeling that fear? Is it in your chest? Is it in your hips? Is it in, your neck? Just notice where in your body that fear is sitting and just write that down. Okay, now that you've got that number, you're gonna tap where I tap and repeat after me. And you're gonna see that by acknowledging this fear and tapping, we're gonna activate our calming system, our parasympathetic system in our nervous system to be able to relax. And the more we relax when we talk about this fear, the more we deprogram it and take energy away from it, which leads to freedom from fear. And I just have to quickly say, no, if we reduce this fear, it doesn't mean you're going to gain weight. So that's another part of this equation that some people fear. If I tap away the fear and I take away the fear of gaining weight, then does that mean I'm just gonna gain weight? No. What we don't realize is that the fear of gaining weight, fear is a stress hormone. Fear itself actually causes you to gain weight because it secretes cortisol in the body, which increases our blood sugar levels, decreases our metabolism, decreases our quality of sleep, decreases our energy, and there's this whole cycle about what it does to your body and the cravings we have. So no, in short, this is actually going to create the opposite effect. So you can just calm right down in your seat. So let's tap together, repeating after me. And if any of these points aren't accessible, then please stick to the ones that are. And remember to take personal responsibility for your well-being throughout this exercise. Okay, so even though I have this paralyzing fear of gaining weight, I accept that that's how I'm feeling. Even though I have this totally paralyzing fear that I'm going to gain weight. And it controls my every move. I acknowledge that that's how I feel. Even though I have this paralyzing fear of gaining weight. And it controls pretty much all of my life. I accept myself anyways. This fear of gaining weight, I'm terrified of gaining weight. I won't allow myself to gain weight. And the fear is so strong that it controls my every move. It controls what I eat. It controls whether I drink or not. It controls my exercise. And if I do anything outside of my bubble of control, I panic, I feel anxiety, shame, stress, all this fear of gaining weight, this belief that I wouldn't be worthy if I gained weight, this deep, paralyzing fear of gaining weight. I can't gain weight. I won't allow myself to. The fear is so strong that it controls every aspect of my life. The fear is controlling me. And it's so overwhelming. But I'm worried that if I let go of this fear, I'm going to automatically gain weight. Because then I won't be obsessing over what I'm eating. Then I won't be controlling my every move. Then I might actually enjoy myself and have some freedom in life. But maybe I feel I don't deserve that. It feels safer to punish myself and to live in this box of fear than to believe that it's possible not to gain weight if I don't fear gaining weight. So just take a nice, easy breath. Just tune into yourself, your body, your thoughts. Notice what's coming up for you. And maybe you want to write that down as you reflect on what you're noticing from this exercise. Okay, so we're going to move into our second round. So again, just tapping where I tap and repeat after me. Even though I'm still feeling this fear of gaining weight. And I acknowledge that I learned this somewhere. I learned that I have to fear gaining weight in order to be worthy in the world. I accept myself anyways. Even though I still have this fear of gaining weight, and sometimes it feels like I'll never get over it. And maybe part of me doesn't want to get over it. I accept that part of me anyways. Even though there's a part of me that has so much fear of gaining weight, believing that I won't be worthy if I gain weight, and I have to do everything I can to avoid gaining weight. And it's so exhausting. I'm learning to love and accept myself. This fear of gaining weight, I've had it for so long, I don't even know how to get over it. This fear of gaining weight, it doesn't feel safe to let go. This fear of gaining weight, part of me doesn't feel ready to let it go yet. Fearing that if I let it go, it'll make me gain weight. But what if there was another possibility out there? What if the fear itself was causing my body to suffer? What if the fear itself is causing my body a lot of stress? which in itself leads to weight gain. What if it would be possible to release some of this fear and experience more balance with myself? What if it would be possible to lovingly release some of this fear and control and welcome a little bit more acceptance and balance in my life? If I let go a little of fear, I think my body might appreciate that. Because my body's been working overtime in control mode. And I know I want more ease in my life. I can choose to release this fear as slowly as I need to still feel safe, knowing that I'm still in control. I'm still in control. Maybe it's time for me to release this fear of gaining weight, knowing that the fear isn't serving me. And maybe I'm ready for a new story, a new type of freedom, a new type of ease, peace, love, and acceptance with my body. Sending love to that younger part of me that learned somewhere that it's not safe for me to gain weight. Sending that part of me some love and compassion. And welcoming in the possibility that it's safe to learn something new now. It's safe to learn a new story about my body and about weight. I deserve that freedom. I deserve that acceptance. And I deserve to fully live my life. So just take a nice, easy breath. Notice how you're feeling now about the fear of gaining weight. If that number has shifted, where is it at now? And if it's still feeling like it's at a similar place, where's your level of acceptance for that number? Because remember that even if the number stays the same, and you can invite in more acceptance for where you're at, acceptance is actually the magic antidote to resistance to change. So when we have acceptance, that opens up the door for love, for healing, for so much. And I say this all the time, it's not about jumping from total fear and just paralyzation from the fear to total freedom. It's about how do we cultivate little bouts of acceptance every day for where we're at, because that is actually what is going to lead us to the freedom, the love, and acceptance. So I can't wait to hear how this exercise went for you. And I promise you that if you tap on this fear of gaining weight every day, and you work on this, you are going to take that number and you are going to move it by a landslide, because you are going to overcome the subconscious programming that your brain has just been wired at over and over again with respect to this fear of gaining weight that is controlling your life. And by tapping on it, you're going to reduce the emotion, the energetic charge, and you're going to get yourself at the freedom that you truly deserve. And more importantly, you're going to be able to live your life the way you truly deserve, because I know you want to get out of that little box and learn that it's actually safe out here and that you still won't gain weight even if you don't fear it. So, would love for you to share how that went. And if you want to take things a step further, don't forget to download my free training to overcome your inner critic. This is the voice that really dictates you know, what we're capable of doing, what our possibilities are in life, and certainly has a really strong hold on our relationship with our body image, with weight, with all of that. So by downloading this training, you're saying yes to overcoming that, and yes to the freedom that you deserve, and yes to the confidence breakthrough that you know is waiting for you. And the link is right below. And if you know, if you've loved these videos, if you resonate with what's going on here, if you believe that it's time for you to experience a life transformation with your body, with your relationship with food, with your weight, with all these struggles that have been weighing you down your whole life, then please book a complimentary call with me so I can share with you how my Brazen Body Confidence program can transform your life, and how we can really take a step through all the blocks that you've been experiencing and learn how you specifically, through this customized plan, can get the results that you truly deserve. Because I know nothing else has worked, and I know you're feeling stuck and you're ready for that breakthrough, and it's time. This is how I've transformed my relationship with my body, my clients have, and this is how you go from feeling stuck, depressed, you know, stuck in shame, feeling hopeless, to feeling the most confidence you've ever had. And that's a promise. I can't wait to hear from you. And thank you so much for joining. You know, I love you. There's so much gratitude for you. And I hope to see you again next Thursday. Bye.